I got to tell you guys, when it comes to races in America and racial statements, it always comes from the left. This is what left-wing Democrats do. Now, for you uneducated people, the Klan was started by Democrats. Jim Crow laws was started by Democrats. Racial segregation was Democrats. And one thing that Democrats absolutely do not like is a free-thinking black man. To them, free-thinking black people are a threat. They want black people to remain on that Democrat plantation. And they'll even use other black leftists to actually do it. Now, guys, we talked about white liberals a lot on this channel, but when it comes to left-wing Democrats and they're black, boy, those people hate black Republicans and black conservatives. They hate that, and they will call them names. And that brings us to Herschel Walker. Now, the Georgia Senate race is heating up. It's a tight race right now. And Raphael Warnock, the fake pastor who wants to abort babies, he's actually in his church evicting poor people. And Herschel Walker has actually vowed to pay the back rent. And there was actually a campaign event Herschel Walker had. It was outside. And leftists came to protest and called this man a racial slur. Here we go, guys. On Fox News, protester allegedly attacks Herschel Walker with racial slur. Crashes on a press conference on Warnock evictions. Yeah. Now, this man is a black man. And if you guys actually go over to Fox News, there's actually a clip here. And one of the people in the video clip actually points him out as saying a racial slur at Herschel Walker. But let's read this, guys. A small group of protesters disrupted a press conference being held by Republican Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker on Tuesday, with one allegedly referring to him as a, quote, house N-word. Yeah. And when you hear the house N-word, that usually comes from left-wing black people. And they actually say that about other black people that are free-thinking like Herschel Walker. Now, of course, guys, your dishonest media is not going to cover this. Just looking here, if you actually go and Google Herschel Walker, Fox News, that's what comes up. The rest of this stuff doesn't mention this whatsoever. It is on Breitbart as well. It says here, a number of witnesses at the event said that they heard the racial slur, including a media photographer, a number of Walker campaign staffers, and multiple bystanders. This is what was actually said by the protester. Quote, this is all a stunt. He's nothing but a house N-word. The protester, who identified himself as Maceo Fletcher, yelled at Walker following the press conference, according to a photographer covering the event for Zoomer Press, who wished to remain anonymous. Multiple Walker campaign staffers confronted Fletcher as he was speaking with reporters on camera following the incident, asking him to repeat the slur he called the candidate. Fletcher ignored them. Of course, he doesn't have the guts to actually say it on camera, as did many media members following with Fletcher, including CNN and CBS. Neither outlet asked about the slur, despite the multiple witnesses who said they heard Fletcher. Of course, CNN and CBS aren't going to do that. They're not going to actually ask this man about his racial slur. Of course not. I mean, do you actually expect CNN and CBS to do that? Oh, no. One Walker campaign staffer told Fox News Digital that he heard Fletcher say, quote, he's a joke, he tap dances, and he's a house. You know what? Fox pressed Fletcher on what name he allegedly called Walker, but he repeatedly refused to respond to the questions. Of course not. This is why you know that man actually said it, because if he didn't say it, he would come out and say, hey, I didn't say it. But he did. The press conference was being held outside the Columbia Towers apartment building in Atlanta, which is mostly owned by the church led by fake pastor and Democrat Socialist Senator Raphael Warnock, Walker's opponent. Warnock's church, Ebenezer Baptist Church, has reportedly been evicting disadvantaged tenants for owing small amounts of rent while the church pays the senator a hefty monthly housing stipend worth $7,417 per month. According to the documents obtained by the Washington Free Beacon, residents have received eviction notices for owing as little as $25.88 in past due rent. This is crazy. And this is the guy that called Herschel Walker a house you know what. This man right here. And these are the protesters here. And they actually have a sign right here behind this gentleman here. We can't afford Walker. Well, can you afford Warnock? I mean, have you guys seen inflation? Raphael Warnock has been voting with Joe Biden like at a 96, 97% clip. Warnock is all in on Joe Biden's inflation. And they want to support this man. This is pathetic, guys. This is really, really pathetic. And your media is not covering it. If you don't want to agree with Herschel Walker's policies and his stances, that's perfectly okay. But when you start calling him racial slurs, that is a major problem. That is a major problem. Raphael Warnock should actually come out and condemn this man. But you know what? You're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear from Nancy Pelosi or anybody on the left because they like this stuff. They like this stuff, man, because this black man went out there and called Herschel Walker a free-thinking black man, called him the N-word. They love this stuff, folks. Trust me. They really, really do love this stuff, folks. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.